Good afternoon. You know, I'm really inspired today listening to all of the people talk, and particularly the youth. And one of the things that inspired me the most in regards to the youth and reminded me today is that there's a good reason why I work with youth. It's because they're much more entertaining, they're much more enjoyable to listen to than actually having to listen to myself. But what I really want to talk about today is a couple of things that are really important to me. And this, what I've been finding lately is we live in this culture of media that just drowns us in negative imagery. We're overwhelmed by the political advertisements on day in and day out. We're just a moment's notice away from the next great scandal. Have we had any scandals in the past week? We're just a step away from hearing about a particular crisis in some part of the world that's thousands of miles away. We're constantly inundated with messages of hopelessness, of fighting, of battles that are being fought on lands far away, of crisis that is transpiring, and issues that people seem to think is important, and we're just sort of drowning in it all of the time. And I find that sometimes it's hard to kind of see through the mud of all of this and to find that place of hope. Now, there's moments that I have of clarity where I feel like, you know, there's an issue that grabs you and kind of takes you by the heart, grabs your emotion, and you can grab onto that cause, and you can jump behind it, and you can get excited about it. You can involve yourself in the political system. You fight to end world hunger. You raise money to fight a cause that you truly believe in. But at the same time, it's hard. You kind of get lost. And what I struggle with sometimes is figuring out how we as an individual can have an impact in the world. There's so much going on. The issues are so global and seem so large. How can we make that difference? Now, one of the things is that I feel that this hopelessness is sometimes frustrating, but at the same time, when you step back and you start to think about how you can make a difference, there's something that transpired here in this community this past week that reminded me of how we can have a difference in this world. One of the interesting things about the community of Brookline is that we're governed, our legislative arm is, we have a town meeting model. And this town meeting model means that we have 240 representatives that are elected to represent the population of 58,000 people. And they voted on numerous issues this past week, but there were two things that sort of stood out to me. One was the banning of styrofoam, and two was the banning of plastic bags. Now, certainly you seem to be on the same side of the issue as I am, unfortunately, but no matter what you think of the issue, what really stood out to me about this occurrence is not the actual vote itself, but it's the fact that people were taking action locally. I mean, do we really believe that we are going to solely be responsible for reducing CFCs within the environment? Do we really believe that we will single-handedly reduce all of pollution? Probably not. But the fact that people thought it was so important to take an issue and to do something that was within our grasp and within our reach is monumental. And so this is where I find my moments of clarity when I struggle with all of this transpiring in the world. Is what if communities focused singularly on the things that they could have control over? Okay? What if, when you think about the global problems that we're, in the global epidemics that we're facing, every one of them has examples at a local level. There's, whether it's hunger, intolerance, violence, corruption, global epidemics, medical issues, they're all have examples that reside within our communities right beside us. If each community really took charge of the problems and the issues within their control, think about the change that could occur. I mean, this is not meant to be a talk against big ideas and thinking outside of the box. I mean, this is TEDx after all, correct? I mean, we've been hearing inspiring stories, people that have creative solutions for things that are unimaginable, exploring worlds that we don't even know what the relevance or meaning will be as of yet. I'm not arguing or suggesting that we shouldn't think big. In fact, think big, and we should push the boundaries in each of our own domains. I just don't want it to happen with, at the result of not having positive local impact. We need to think about our communities around us. And I'm a Brookline resident. I'm a graduate of Brookline High. I have 3 children that attend school here at this very school. I believe in this community. And most recently, I took my dream job, which is as the executive director of the Brookline Teen Center. And it's about creating change right here. And one of the reasons I signed on to this project, not only is it in my community that I love and care about, but it was signing on to a vision that has been held true for the last 5 years, that people have worked hard and tirelessly on, and it's the vision of youth. It's the gap in services here in Brookline. It's the fact that there is no Y, there is no JCC, that there is no Boys and Girls Club here in the community. And the fact that people have persevered, the people wanted to take action and build something that existed within this community that we don't have, to me spoke volumes. And to me, there's not a better end to be working towards something and creating change within the environment in which you live. And I think that too often we get stuck thinking about the large global issues and how we can create change, and we need to sometimes slow things down a little bit, make it simple. Keep it here, keep it local, think about the impact that you can have. I've been impressed by the teens that dreamt this project up and that have designed it from the ground up. When you walk into the new Brookline Teen Center in the year 2013-14, and is being built currently as we speak, what you're going to see is a facility that was solely designed by youth, that learned how to utilize CAD drawings and made this project come to life. I'm inspired by their commitment to build something that's needed within our community. And I want to encourage you all not to underestimate the power of creating and having local impact in your community. And that remember that real change within our globe, within our world, and the race to make a better world all begins right here in our backyard. Thank you.